And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Hornets out in...
And thank you for joining us for this Valentine's Day presentation of the NBA. It's a matchup you're going to love. Right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. We'll see Cleveland matched up against the defending NBA champions, the Charlotte Hornets. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Cleveland, Isaiah Thomas out there with Kent Bazemore. Then there's Doherty. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Isaac in at the three.
You guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
And Jonathan Isaac, a 6'11" small forward out of Florida State. You know, we're seeing more and more players like this with the length of a center and the guard skills. You know, you think of KD, of Brandon Ingram, and now Isaac.
Here's Dio. Back to Joseph. Lee kicks to Joseph. Nice pass in there by Charlotte. There's the pick. That's a 2 from Lee. And no good. Cavaliers go the other way with it. And the story for Jonathan Isaac. As a sophomore in high school, Greg, he stood 6'3" and played guard. He hit a growth spurt, as you can see.
Yeah, and it makes a difference. I think what I notice most is that he's retained not just the perimeter skill, but also the fluidity. I mean, he's light on his feet and really moves well. Remember, there was another guy that was a point guard that had a nice growth spurt. I think his name was Anthony Davis.
And here is Joseph. After Isaiah Thomas made that last three-pointer. Joseph with the ball. 32 points for him last game against the Wizards in Washington.
You can't forget about all those well-timed swipes either. His timing on the defensive end was simply sublime.
Here's Thomas after the basket by Charlotte. Over Joseph. It's rebounded by Charlotte. They defeated the Wizards in their last.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawless.
Never really perfect on the offensive end, and probably one or two possessions they'd love to have back, but on the whole, a tremendous synergy on offense.
No good from Lee.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the
outside. Pocket 6. Love with the screen for Thomas. Count that one from Isaac.
And you just can't let Isaac get that much room to shoot it from deep. He's a very consistent three-point shooter with a fluid shooting form.
Joseph against Thomas. Now Joseph, with his average of more than 32 points a game, he's giving opponents nightmares with his firepower. Lee outside. Pass to Wolf. Just 4 to shoot. And another 3 for Charlotte.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
I love his will, his take-charge attitude, the aggressiveness, all of that showing up here in the first.
Now here's Thomas. His last outing, he had 18 points. Here's the floater. That shot is no good. And he's 1 for 3 from the floor. The pass to Wolf. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
The Cavaliers trail by 6. Thomas kicks it to Bazemore. Thomas a screen. Here's Love. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Back in 2008, Kevin Love was drafted with the 5th pick by Memphis and then traded to Minnesota, and he became the Timberwolves star player in a hurry. But they couldn't surround him with the kind of talent necessary to make it out of the lottery in the Western Conference.
Now here's Lee. A 29-point game for him in the win against Washington. Now here's Bazemore, covered by Lee. Thomas passes to Love. Gordy, the screen. Thomas dishes to Love. Sinks the triple. Love's got 5.
Yeah, picks.
A 26-point game for him in the win against Washington.
He also did a masterful job in that game of drawing a lot of fouls, so he's creating havoc for the defense.
Now here's Joseph. Lee outside. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Yeah, I feel for him right now, guys. He's much better than this 1-for-4 start. He just needs to relax a little bit out there and let that game come around to him.
Thomas against Joseph. To the left side wing. Here's Isaac. That shot is no good. And he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Here's Wolf. Power down with both hands.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Pass to Isaac. Charlotte. Now here's Joseph. They set the pick. The steal. They're running. Brent, 15th overall is where you were drafted, right in the middle of the first round. A very nice place to be. Talk about the nerves waiting for your name to be finally called by the commissioner on that podium.
Well, Kevin, I wasn't nervous, and I'll tell you why. Actually, I was nervous, and it was more about the captain landing the plane. You and I have shared this story, and I'll share it with you. I was actually on an airplane and did not see one moment of the NBA draft in 1996. So my biggest nerves were that the pilot was going to bring the plane down safely, and then I watched the draft on VCR about 2 hours later.
No kidding.
That's the truth.
Wow.
So it was getting hard at third, and we got to that 15th pick, and what an honor to have my name called in the first round of the NBA draft.
An honor indeed. Williams up on top. He's covered by Joseph. Back to Williams. 6 to shoot. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Hornets leading by 5. Charlotte shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And the Cavs' big 3 completed with the trade of number 1 overall pick Andrew Wiggins to Minnesota for Kevin Love. Brent, if they had to do it all over again, you still think they make that trade?
Absolutely, Kevin. They brought a championship to Cleveland, a drought of 54 years, and Kevin Love was a big reason why they got to the top of the mountain. So I would absolutely make that trade.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the back end.
And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
Attacking the rag to great effect.
The Hornets have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Such an adjustment for young players drafted into the NBA, managing money, being accountable to your teammates, to the many things that tug and pull on you. Brent, can the league do anything more to help them through this sometimes uncomfortable process?
I think the league does a great job, Kevin, of addressing these things, not only the NBA, but certainly the Players Association in terms of educating the players. To me, Kevin, as an ex-player, though, the biggest responsibility falls on the veteran players of that team to take a young player under their wing, to watch what it is that they're doing socially, and to make sure that they set them up for success off the court.
Joseph with the ball. Screen by Brand. He feeds it to Brand. Shot clock at 6. Over Williams. And we've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for him.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him. And a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse. Yeah, and early on, doing a really nice job at the free throw line.
The Cavaliers trail by 9. He dishes it to Bazemore. Shot from 12. They get it back. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
See, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Here is Brand. And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
And sometimes you just want a reminder of what our objectives are tonight.
Yeah, get everyone on the same page and point it in the right direction.
David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Tyronn Lue. Dave, what do you have to say?
Well, Kevin, they need to get back on defense. He said the challenge of facing a fast break team like this is limiting transition points. You told his players, if you're not running, you're sitting. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Catching up on the changes for Charlotte. ABC's checked in for Lee, and it's Campbell in for Joseph. Charlotte moving it around. Back to Garcia. 5 to shoot. It's tipped.
And that long wingspan of Isaac aids him there at turning away shots, but it's also the timing he displays when he attacks the shooter.
Pretty ferocious and sheer determination shown on that one. Easy to see why he gets those easy scoring opportunities.
Now, here is Garcia. He's coming off a 37-point game against Washington. Out to the right wing. Campbell with it. Back to Garcia. Charlotte no good that time either.
I like the defensive effort. They did a good job altering the mid-range shot and then making the shooter feel a bit uneasy.
There's a screen. Pass to Bazemore. Here's Isaac over in the corner. Williams. Jumper off the screen. Again, the Cavaliers score.
A nice run they put together here to bring it a little closer.
That's all you can do. Just chisel away at the lead. Keep believing in what you're doing.
Here's Campbell. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Excellent use of the screen that time. And the Hornets lead by 3.
He used that screen to perfection and got a wide open look to knock down the jumper.
Bazemore passes to Augustus. 29 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Back to Bazemore. Baseline J on the way. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, Bazemore showing what every lefty has, and that's craftiness. Just uses his body very well and takes smart shots within the offense.
Now Garcia. And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. Got a piece of it. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And we resume our Valentine's Day broadcast. Glad to have you with us. The Cavaliers trailing. Big Cat out there with the Prophet. And it's ABC. Then there's Campbell. And it's Boyd in at the 5. Down low. So that's who Charlotte starts the second with. Ilgauskas. Good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's Campbell. They set the screen. The feed to Garcia. Campbell, the pass to Boyd. Over Williams. And here is Campbell. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Campbell against Williams. It's a pick by Ilgauskas. Here's Bazemore. Got a hand on it. Campbell kicks to Garcia. Here's Bazemore, and the slam dunk by Bazemore.
Awesome throwdown by Bazemore there. He really does get up and jam that one home.
Outside, Garcia. Screen by Brandt. Pass to Lyons. Inside. Here's Brand with the hook shot. That shot no good. Cavaliers go the other way with it. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Yeah, but they didn't roll over in that game. Had a good chance still to pull out the victory. Just couldn't come through in crunch time.
Yeah, it was not disastrous. They did have some very good stretches in that game, but they just could not sustain it for as long as they needed.
They set the pick. Shot clock at 6. Now the pass to Boyd. Ilgauskas has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Isaac. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Isaac's got 10 points.
And he's got a quiet confidence about him, doesn't he, guys? I mean, he's thinking about shooting the ball as the pass is coming.
And here is Campbell. He has 5. Goes up off the pick.
Boom! Okay. That's how you attack. Wow. Oh, and he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. And the whistle blows as the basket counts in a 3-point play chance right here.
It's working like a charm.
We've heard the rumors, Brett, the death of the big man, but with guys like Towns and Porzingis and others entering the league that can play in the perimeter and still have that length to make a difference inside, could we see a big man renaissance, or at least maybe see him have more of an impact than people are giving him credit for right now?
I think what we're seeing is the evolution of the 5 spot, Kevin. So it's not that the big man is lost. It's that the big man's doing a lot of the things that the little man used to be asked to do, and that is shooting, precision shooting off of the pass. Love takes no time letting that one go.
Now here's Brand. Charlotte calls timeout. They went to Cleveland for their last meeting with the Cavaliers, and they came out with a win.
And the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
It was definitely that defense that carried them to that huge win that night. You have to figure they'll be primed to wreak even more havoc here in this one.
Some changes for Charlotte. Big Dog is jacked in for Big Daddy. B-Train comes in for Big Cat, and it's the Beast in for ADC. Campbell with it. He's got 5. Break. Here's Wolf. The Beast's got 14.
And awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Thomas against Campbell. Thomas kicks to Love. Back to Thomas. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Isaiah Thomas, the 16th and final pick of the 2011 draft. Greg, he definitely plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, I call it the little man syndrome. He's driven to prove himself. I mean, he's overcome the odds. In league history, only 9 players 5'9" or shorter have played at the game. He's playing at the highest level.
6 on the shot clock. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Williams dishes to Thomas. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Garcia. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
I really like the awareness, noticing that he's got the mismatch, and then he just used his size as his advantage on the layup.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
and he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
Cleveland's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second. With a break in the action, let's now bring up the 2K leaderboard and look at the league's top scorers over the past 10 games. And you look at Joseph, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player. And, of course, the Prophet, another guy who can get a lot of points. Top 5.
Scoring spree for both.
Williams a screen to the inside. And now in transition is Garcia. Here we go. Yeah, some guys slam it home. They treat it like a normal play. Who are some of the guys that use the dunk as a tech to fire up their teammates?
Well, I think we have some guys who are really spectacular when they finish, Kevin. Certainly, anytime Blake Griffin gets to the rim or DeAndre Jordan, where seemingly his head's up in there and slams it down, it fires up the crowd. But most of the time, it's the little guys that get you going the most. On a fast break, all of a sudden the ball gets to somebody on the wing, and to watch a little guy get up in the air with somebody underneath him and throw it down, that gets everybody off the bench and fired up.
So unexpected, Brent. That's a great point.
A little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the lip.
Wait, did you just say trickeration, GA? I think it's a size disadvantage there that he was willing to attack, but you have to develop that skill set and have counters.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Lee comes in for the Prophet, and it's Joseph in for Campbell.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range. And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Where's the dish to Thomas? Stolen by Joseph. Lets it go with a 3. The rebound by Kevin Love. Cavaliers have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Shoots. And he gets that one to go off the front eye. Lee outside. Takes a 3 and stolen by Gordon. Got a piece of it. They get it back. Williams kicks to Thomas. Cleveland moving it around. Clock at 6. Love outside. Second chance shot. Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Cavaliers lead by 2.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. And here is Joseph. He's got 5. It's Lee, top of the key. Williams against Joseph. Here's Wilkes. Back to Joseph. This one for 3. Brad Daugherty pulls it in. Daugherty's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Left side Williams. Another miss by Williams. Hornets have gone 7-14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. Rebounded by Isaac.
The defense was in the area, but not really effective. He has to put away this layup.
Dishes to Thomas. Love outside. Daugherty against Joseph. Daugherty the pass to Thomas. Shot clock at 5. No good off the back of the rim.
And tonight his shot's been a bit off, but still, they lead the game.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Cleveland gets called for the foul.
Yeah, and luckily they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it. And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Love outside. He kicks it to Plumlee. Joseph against Thomas. Over Joseph. Bazemore on the wing. A floater. Thomas. It's a wide open look. Hits the 3-point bomb. Thomas got 9 points now in the quarter.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
There's B-Train. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Lee dishes to Joseph, fires from deep. It's rebounded by Cleveland. 1:35 left in the second quarter. kicks to Bazemore. Pass to Thomas. Back to Bazemore. And he feeds it to Thomas. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all. The first free throw is good. Some changes for Charlotte. Big Daddy's checked in for Big Dog. Big Cat comes in for B-Train. And it's Garcia in for the Beast. Hornets trail by 5. Now here's Joseph. He's got 5. Fires for 3. Plumlee with the rebound.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Sometimes you just can't figure out what's wrong, but he keeps trying to push through.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Passes to Boyd. Here's Joseph, and Joseph skins it home.
And that's some inspiration. Steals, blocks, and a big dunk. Those are ways that you can really change the momentum in a game.
Well, they got to chip away at that deficit, and no doubt that'll help.
Well, the team needed just a bit of momentum shifting back to their side. They're excited to see if they can maintain that excitement long enough to get some damage done.
Here's Ilgauskas. Rebounded by Grant.
Oh, and Nadeed did not make that any easier. Can't fault the shooter for missing. That's a tough shot.
Really left alone that time. Now just a 2-point Cavalier lead.
And I ask you, what can you do? This guy is a phenomenal decision maker.
Thomas a screen. And Bazemore kicks to Thomas. And another 3 for Cleveland.
I see you, young fella. Nice answer there.
Yeah, look out. We got a long-range duel about to happen.
Isaiah Thomas, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Cleveland. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Clifford. What was the biggest problem?
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson's standing game. He ended up assists. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, Isaiah Thomas continues to...
And that's all we can do for now.
Welcome back to Charlotte, the Duke Energy Center. The building. Stolen by Joseph. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, we got Isaac. Kent Bazemore is out there with Thomas. Then there's Doherty. The Cavaliers leading by 3. And Bazemore kicks to Thomas. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Joseph. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2.
And they were focused on spreading the floor and getting good looks from 3-point range. That was the key to their offense. They put in a lot of work on the perimeter.
Bazemore with it. He dishes it to Thomas. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Isaac. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Thomas got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. It's tipped. Scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Pass the big dog. Back to Joseph. Thomas against Joseph. High, arcing shot, and it's laid up and in by Thomas. Thomas got 19 points.
A terrific use of the floater, unguardable really, because you can't do anything defensively to stop it.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Now Joseph, 9 points in the game so far. Passes it to Wolf. On deep. They get it back. Back to Joseph. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Here's Lee.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Get out the pistol. I mean, we got a hot dog in the house.
Oh, baby, slam it down.
If I didn't see that for myself, I might not have believed it.
Joseph against Thomas. Pass to Isaac. That's a pick by Love. To the paint. Here's Doherty. That's in there. Love. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. And Joseph kicks to Lee. That 3 off the mark.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
Now he's having a night right now. Credit to the shooting touch, helping his team with the lead. To the coaching staff here, they're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around it.
There's the feed to Thomas. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of pad. They are rolling.
Here's Lee, and Charlotte again with the bucket. The Cavaliers leading by 6. Bazemore passes to Doherty. Out left to the wing. The shot by Thomas. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
And what a great start to the second half. They've hit everything they've looked at thus far.
Now here's Joseph. Lee, a screen on Thomas. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The first one falls. And good on the second, so he makes them both. The Cavaliers have gone as spotless. 6 of 6 from the field since taking the court here in the second half. That's a pick by Love. Feeds to Doherty. Outside Thomas. From 12 feet out. Does not go down. That miss makes him 7 for 12 in the game. And here's Joseph for 3. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
And when the D is this non-existent, it's pretty easy for shooters. Fishing with dynamite.
Thomas kicks to Love. Back to Thomas. That one misses. And the Hornets now going the other way. And it's Lee penetrating. Wolf passes to Beecher. Joseph against Love. Joseph dishes to Lee. Lock at 6. Here's Wilkes. Back to Joseph with a time. And another 3 for Charlotte.
Ties it up with that one. You know, he's such a smart scorer. He doesn't force anything, lets the opportunities come to him.
Thomas against Joseph. Love with the screen for Thomas. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
Right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
Lee kicks to Joseph. Here's Wolf. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Thomas passes to Bazemore. And good that time.
Bazemore looking pretty comfortable on the inside there, weaving around for that too.
The season he's had at the foul line thus far, 86% from the line. And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Free throw good, Joseph. Thomas with the ball. 25 points in the game. Plumlee with the screen. Thomas dishes to Plumlee. There's a good screen. Pass to Myers. Cleveland moving the... Here's Thomas. Good D by Lee. Charlotte's run a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
The pass to Myers. Plumlee with the screen. Takes it from 10. Hornets with the rebound. The Beasts got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Lee. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the ball and still get it to fall.
Some changes for Charlotte. Big Daddy comes in for Big Dog. And it's Big Cat in for B-Train.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And Bazemore kicks to Thomas. Dish now to Ilgauskas. Looking to end the run. It's rebounded by Charlotte. The Beasts got 6 rebounds in the game. And Thomas over to help. Charlotte calls timeout.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
And therein lies the trick, discussing ways to be aggressive, but not committing turnovers.
And the Hornets making a change here. Garcia's checked in, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And checking out the numbers for Joseph, unbelievable play for him over the last month. First in scoring, first in assists, and he's first in the league in steals per game. Just an incredibly aggressive and tenacious defender.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. #1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. Dishes it to Bazemore. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Bazemore's got 11 points.
That's just tremendous focus and concentration by Bazemore, getting the ball off the pass and releasing it quickly before the D is even set.
Here's Lee outside. The rebound by Ilgauskas. Ilgauskas has got 5 rebounds tonight.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with 2 saves.
Here's Joseph. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. The Hornets #1.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
Here's Ilgauskas, and Cleveland back again with the bucket.
Nice job operating in the mid-range, using his size advantage to rise up and fire over the defender.
Now here's Lee. He's covered by Bazemore. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And he wasn't going to get away with that one. Still in motion when he set that screen.
They're really trying to sell it out there, but the official just, he ain't buying.
Here's Thomas. 25 points in the game. He's on 6 of 6 from the free throw line. First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Isaiah Thomas. Charlotte in the lead. Now Joseph. 20 points for him. Lee outside. He kicks to Garcia. It's rebounded by Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Ilgauskas has got 6 rebounds in the game. Myers passes to Bazemore. Lee with the block. Outside, Garcia. Kicks it to Joseph. There's the 3. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Passes to Thomas. To the middle. Stolen by Joseph. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Lee. Finish off the break. And it's a 7-point Hornets lead.
Well, the O looks unstoppable tonight, especially because of that guy. He's just torching them.
1:31 left to play in the third. It's a pick by Elgauskas. Here's Myers. And it falls over the rim and in. 1:19 left to play here in the third. And here is Joseph. 23 points in the game. Screen by Brand. Lee gets the bucket.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
The Cavaliers trail by 8. Bazemore dishes to Thomas. He feeds it to Plumlee. And the layup's good off the glass.
That's where Plumlee operates best. The closer to the basket, the better chance he has of converting.
Now, here's Joseph. With his average of more than 32 points a game, he's giving opponents nightmares with his firepower. They push it up, 4 on 3. Joseph against Thomas. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Pretty much automatic tonight at the line, 8 for 8. And he makes the first. And some changes here for the Hornets. ABC's checked in for Lee, and it's Campbell in for Joseph. And both free throws good for Thomas. Charlotte leading by 4. 6-second difference between shot and gameplay. Campbell with it. 5 points in the game. Pass to Lyons. Here's Boyd. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Hornets lead by 6.
Hey guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Here's Myers. That's good. It's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got his...
Up your passing, that's a careless turnover.
Bazemore inside the... Down he goes just as the clock hits 0.
How about the timing? An unbelievable touch on that one.
Do you think he knew? He knew from the moment he let that go. Just unreal.
Back to the action after this word. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Bazemore's gone 6 of 11 tonight. More makes than misses. We've got Big Daddy. Big Dan out there with the Prophet. And it's ABC. And it's Campbell in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Over to the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Garcia goes in. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Garcia's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Charlotte. And Bazemore kicks to Thomas. Here's Campbell. Left side, Garcia. Out to Brand. Back to Garcia. That's a foul called on the Prophet. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Thomas kicks it to Bazemore. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
You got to commend the aggressiveness, but he was a little too anxious in trying to get that shot over the stifling D there.
Drills the three-pointer. And the Hornets lead by 6.
And defensively, neither side able to get many stops.
Well, it's one of those nights where if a team down the stretch can get 1 or 2 stops, they may win it.
Here's Isaac. Back to Thomas. Love with the screen on Campbell. Bazemore for three. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Thomas got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Now Campbell. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Gordy's checked in for Cleveland. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Thomas passes to Love. They double team Love. Down low, here's Bazemore. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump there.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
We hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Grant. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Pass to Campbell. Just 5 to shoot. And Campbell throws it down.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Now here's Bazemore, guarded by Garcia. A feed now to Thomas. Here's Isaac. A three-pointer off the mark. Hornets leading by 8. Outside, Garcia. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Clearly a foul.
That's good from Garcia. And so Garcia nails both of them. Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Ron Lue as he talked with the team. He told them flat out, we are turning the ball over too much, guys. We can't keep making the hero ball play. Slow it down, run the offense, and make the safe pass. Back to you, Kevin.
Feeds it to Thomas. Just 5 to shoot. That's a floater go. Looking to end the run. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
That one falls for Doherty. Charlotte leading by 7. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Charlotte again missing.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
Yeah, he has that kind of range, but maybe not that time the best judgment.
Here's Campbell, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Cleveland gets called for the foul. For so long, the Hornets have been one of the most disciplined teams, Greg, in the NBA.
You look at how this team takes care of the ball, and from the first guy to the last, it says something about how much pride they take in that. Minimizing turnovers goes a long way in terms of winning games. It's been a part of the basketball culture of the Hornets for quite some time.
The pass to Thomas, beyond the arc. And he's good on the 3-ball. Thomas got 32 points.
Is it possible his sweet touch is getting sweeter, guys?
Outside, Garcia. Charlotte calls timeout. The short rest very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team, while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push. So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Lee outside. Passes it to Wolf. Joseph against Thomas. Here's Wolf. And right on target. Good. The Beasts got 22 points.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Well, tonight his pinpoint accuracy has been impressive.
Here's Joseph. And the dunk by Joseph.
And that's the massive 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Here's Bazemore. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
I love how Bazemore just takes it to the defense on the drive and finishes that one easily. Shows no mercy when the ball's in his hand.
Here's Wolf. It's good from long range. 25 points in the game.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Thomas against Joseph. Love with the screen for Thomas. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And there might as well have been no guy up on the pick. Nothing happened there. Can't be surprised at the result.
And that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. Hornets retain possession.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
Like the aggressiveness and a great effort just to get a hand on it.
And here is Lee. He dishes it to Joseph. A three-pointer, no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Now, here's Bazemore. It's tipped. Here's Lee. Rebounded by Doherty.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Can't get 2 steps ahead.
And it's lights out with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. That's tipped. Isaac. A shot off that time. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
And nicely done. Running the floor well, then attacking the rim.
The exclamation point in transition with the high percentage finish.
And Bazemore kicks to Thomas. Here's the teardrop. It's rebounded by Charlotte. The Beasts got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Lee, and the rejection by Love.
Encouraging signs when Kevin Love is that intense on the defensive end. Swats that one away.
Good on the shot, and with that, the Charlotte lead is cut down to 10 in the bucket from Isaiah Thomas. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
And no need to rush on a situation like that. That's just giving away a possession.
Bazemore dishes to Love. Bazemore with it. Pass to Isaac. He kicks it to Love. Over Wilkes. Love can't hit.
And a tough game for the guys around him, mainly because his shot's been hit and miss.
Lee gets the bucket.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
The Cavaliers trail by 12. Thomas kicks to Doherty. Back to Thomas. Bazemore for 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Joseph's got his 3rd rebound tonight. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
And he knocks down the first one. And Joseph drops them both.
And he's been to the line much more here than he was in that first half. He's not playing nearly as tentatively as he was earlier.
Bazemore passes to Thomas. Here's Isaac. Good for his 6th make and a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
I tell you what, Isaac is determined when he gets it inside. Obviously, the strength not there yet, but the mindset and the will definitely on display.
And the Hornets call time here.
And sometimes you just want a reminder of what our objectives are tonight.
Yeah, get everyone on the same page and point it in the right direction.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Lights Out.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they thrown at him, he's had the answer.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper they... Oh, that happened.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Out of bounds, Charlotte takes possession. Charlotte leading by 14. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Well, to win at this level consistently, you cannot be faint of heart, and he's going in for the kill.
Cleveland's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Releases from 15. Love dishes to Thomas. In the corner, Bazemore with it. 5 on the clock. Love outside. Kicks it to Thomas. The Cavaliers again can't hit.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. And how's that for some ups coming from that one?
He is a rarity among NBA point guards in his ability to elevate.
Gotta love the fact that going vertical is a major part of what makes him so difficult as a point guard to defend, especially around the rim.
Knocks it loose to the wing on the left. And here's Love from the arc. Drills it from outside.
Amazing that Kevin Love came into the league as a post-up player, now a devastating outside shooter.
Here's Lee, and he banks in the layup. Lee's got 35 in the game.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
Thomas a screen. And Bazemore kicks to Doherty, and a miss. Garcia goes in, goes up and lays it nice and easy. Garcia's got 6 points in the quarter.
Full speed ahead. I mean, they have been in control since the opening tip, and that may have sealed the deal.
I can imagine a lot of things right now, but a comeback, that's not one of them.
Thomas passes to Doherty.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Charlotte.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And these guys have played very well this season, and this win tonight, guys, will push their win column up to 55.
And their dominance continues, guys, as they sweep the season series 4 games to none.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Joseph.
That's amazing defense from him. Seemed to know exactly when to pounce on the passing lanes and predictive steals.
Garcia's shot is good.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Yeah, you gotta be relentless in this game or the tide can turn on you. Not here, not tonight.
Plumlee with the screen. They set the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Thomas goes in. It's deflected. Williams against Garcia. Count it good.
And you can tell they're ready to start celebrating a well-deserved victory here tonight.
Yeah, you can see the fans. They've already started celebrating themselves. A gutty performance.
The dish to Williams. Thomas against Joseph. And it's off from 3. Out to Lee. Back to Garcia. Placed it good.
Sometimes you like to see guys go with the bounce pass, threading it through there perfectly.
They're just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so